Meditative der Dharma semblance, and we start our prayer. It's a refuge and a bodhicitta part, page number 4 and 5. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the cause of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the cause of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the cause of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the cause of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the cause of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the cause of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. Tangwe doje jajere zondo, jenjamado doje ponjamba, serja lombo dabra jibak. Yajaja beja dunga janza, dorjen jenje delo narotang, baba mala juje gampopa. Pamodrba jawan dogomba, kaju lama namje da jonje, dana dana zara tamje da lama labala ye jisazang. Lazang yon din jam zang ala wan, tende don jinde vegele zor, da zo lo, ju zang ro warazin je labdos. Ju lam den ro warazin je labdos, lam ro warazin je labdos. Chöwai shi san jia war sin jia lao do zo, chen chen zaba la man chi jia gu song do jia sin lam ta da da ge ji lam pe. Da ge dim ba da sim chen jia dong la bo chen zha war sin jia lao do zo. Si song wan den ro ha ma le jiong san che dong ge dim ba song was. Ro san ba ju yin zhen zhen ba yi xin song de ab si cha shi zhou. Okay, the Dharma sibilance. As you know, today is the last day of our this teaching series. We have taught Lord Jigten Sumgon's songs, and then the one edition. Actually, this is also included song of Lord Jigten Sumgon, and then but we have been teaching the great vanquisher of hindrances. So today we will finish that part. So then this is I think the last time to teach on the Lord Jigten Sumgon. The teaching this teaching series. So then actually you already have this, but I would like to emphasize a little bit because it is a very powerful path instructions by Gampopa. Gampopa is actually he already became enlightened since Buddha Shakya, he was with Shakyamuni Buddha together, and then he promised in front of Shakyamuni Buddha that he will flourish Buddha's special meditation Buddha actually asked, today I have a special teaching on the meditation. It's called the King of Samadhi Sutara. So who will flourish this teaching in the future? Buddha asked his students. There are many students. There were many students, and then the Gampopa's previous life, Tabo Daoyun, he stood up and then he pay homage to Lord Buddha, and then he said, "Oh, I will do it." So he promised in front of Buddha that he flourished the Buddha's King of Samadhi teaching. And then he practiced. He studied since he was young. He studied all the teachings, including medicine. He was Gampopa was a great doctor, and then after then he learned and practiced about Sutarayana and Vajrayana very well, but then eventually he followed Jigten Malarepa, and then he received profound teachings from Jigten Malarepa, and then he composed many teachings, many books. That's where now we can teach his teachings, and his teachings are his legacies and his legacy. And he said, "Future whoever wish to see me, if you practice my teachings, that my teachings are the me." He said that. So Gampopa said there are three things are necessary when you practice Dharma. He said three things. First, you need a very certain faith. So he said, foundation of certain faith. That is a foundation. Actually, he said, the base of Dharma practitioners is faith. So you need faith. And then second is a path. If there's a foundation, ground, and then we need path to go out and come. So path is, Gampopa said, diligence. And then diligence means continually practice, continually accumulate mantra, continually meditate, continually teach, or continually listen teachings, and so forth. And then that is diligence. And then he said the friend. So friend is wisdom. So that's why he said three things. That for the Dharma practitioners, three things are necessary, which are foundation, path, and friend. So foundation is faith. So faith is foundation. Path or road, I think path is diligence. And friend is wisdom. And then he also said that the faith has seven things. First, the cause of faith. I just say, oh, you need faith to practice Dharma. And then it's, seems I need faith to practice Dharma, but still difficult. It's not easy. So that's where he said, the faith has actually seven. So number one is the cause, and then the like a measurement. how much you developed your faith. Second, and then aspect, how many aspects of faith, and then definition of faith, and then example, and then action of faith, and then the seventh is also, oh, if you have like this, then your faith is very certain. So certain. So cause, measurement, aspects, definition, example, action, and certainty. Okay. So and then to arise faith, number one is cause. So the cause has four aspects. First is you are going to offering mandala, offer. You should offer mandala, and then and supplicate. Supplication. So mandala means actually you say, please give me this teaching or that teaching, and then that is that is a supplication. And offering means then you do mandala, offering mandalas, or praise through body homage. It's called namo. Namo means homage through body, and through speech. Then say good things like a praise, and then through mind. Then through mind, then you are belief. You are going to believe. So that's, for example, first you need to ask, please give me the Lord Jigten Sumgon, give me teaching on the Lord Jigten Sumgon song. That means, for example, someone asked me to teach on there. Not all of you. Someone asked me, and sometimes they don't particularly give me teach that or this. They ask me to teach. For example, GBI told me I have to teach, and Rinpoche told me I have been teaching, yeah, giving teaching. Then I don't mean this they supplicate to me, but in fact they waking me up, yeah, and support me, support you instead of you. For example, Gachin Rinpoche often told me, you have been giving teaching because Dharma practitioners waking up their wisdom. So if we close the if we don't teach, and then that means we close their wisdom. So that's why I don't actually I don't say, oh, I'm going to teach. That's the most Dharma practitioners not say that. I'm going to teach. You are going to listen, not like that. So it's like a 7 branch we request. That means it does not mean we respect only teacher. So I respect teacher, so I'm going to request him to teach. It means we respect Dharma. Now, Dharma is not easily, how to say, understanding thing, phenomena. So that's why we are offering supplication. This is the first cause to arise faith. Then second is friends. Friends is very important. If we have good friends, and then they support you, and they say you listen that teaching, you practice Dharma, Dharma benefit a lot. Dharma benefit in my life many times. And I understand many things, my samsaric situations. I found my ultimate destination. Through Dharma, something like that. And then people wake up, oh, there is a Dharma, there is a Dharma. So if I practice it, it really greatly benefit. So that's where you need a good friend. A good friend also helps you to arise your faith. Third is a cause of your faith is a spiritual master, spiritual masters. Spiritual masters gives teaching. Spiritual masters give teaching, and then you listen and you understand, and then you love Dharma, and you believe Dharma, and you are faith in Dharma. So that, and then your devotion arises from your bottom of heart. So that's the third cause of your faith. And then fourth cause of faith is meditate on impermanence. Meditate on impermanence. Sometimes I sometimes I really a little bit shocked, you know. Oh, after start count from today to the then 100 year. Today, for example, this year is 2025, 2025. So 2025, we were not here. It's really shocked. Sometimes I'm a little bit something like that. I mean, sometimes happen. Recently, I walk on the road with a friend, a visitor friend, and I told him that, oh, same like right now. I said, oh, after 30, 325, who will be here in this land? What will happen? These things, what will happen, and where we were. I told him, but at the same time, a little bit, some really, I really feel it. And then a couple of years ago, actually, this is a little bit stupid, foolish speech, but I told to Garchen Rinpoche, I told him, sometimes I really don't like to do so much things. He said, why? He asked me why. And I said, everything is impermanence. So if doing too much things is actually quite a meaningless. And so he said, no. He told me, no. For benefit other beings need to do more. Oneself, then okay, not to do so much. That he told me. So it's sometimes we're thinking about future and for example, 2025, we were not. So this means impermanence. Our life, our body, our mind, everything is impermanence. Sometimes, we're thinking carefully, really, okay, I already believe next life, and I believed enlightenment, Buddhahood. So my money, my food, my clothes, they not stay with me longer, and I cannot take them with me in the stage of enlightenment or in Pardo. So what I can carry with me is Dharma, my Dharma teaching, my Dharma listening, my Dharma practicing. So that's why Gampopa said that faith is practice on impermanence is also a cause of the faith. Kind of these words are peerless, actually. If we pay billions of dollars, these words we really get. Cannot get means we can get it from people's mouth. We cannot get it with our feeling. We cannot feel it. So that's where Buddha's teaching, Gampopa's teaching, Guru's teachings are really, really amazing. Really amazing. It's very true. Oh, if we practice on impermanence and we arise faith, and then we think, oh, my life is impermanence. My life is impermanent. So that's where I really need to follow Guru. I really need to follow Dharma. I'm really going to practice Dharma. So that's where. And then that is the first, among seven things, yeah, about Dharma. The seven phenomena of the faith. I mean, so first is cause. Then seventh is, I think, measurement. You arouse the faith in Dharma or not. How do we know? How do we know? If you have interesting to purify non-virtues, and you have interesting to cultivate merit, if you have like that, then that means you arouse faith. But only arouse just not enough. We are going to maintain. If there is a small water, we found a water is okay, but that if that is a river, then that means the root of this water is very, very deep, so it will be able to go into the ocean, so many beings can use it. If there's a small, like a water pond, we are not sure when it will dry up. Likewise, we continually, often love to practice Dharma, often love to purify non-virtues. My mistake of the body, speech, and mind, I'm going to purify in front of a Vajrasattva, something like that, yeah? So whenever you have. So then your cherish and your love subject is Dharma. And your actions are always the cultivated Dharma. If your life is like that, that means you possess very good faith. Okay. Then the I think aspect it's called like a classification. There are three, so that everybody know: trusting faith, yearning faith, or longing faith, and yeah, these three faiths that everybody knows. And then the definition of faith. Yesterday, I caught from Pamotrapas, and also Gampopa also said that faith. Do I have faith in Dharma or not? Do I have faith in spiritual masters, gurus or not? Is don't be like ice, like. The ice is in the water, so this side is very strong, very hard. It's very frozen. This side a little bit melt because the sunshine there. Yeah, this area is a little bit warm. This side is cold, so don't be like that. Your faith. That means only this side. You are. If your mind is okay, your health is okay at that time, and then your guru says good things to you, and the guru does good things to you. At that time, you have faith. When guru doesn't do like these things towards you, and then you become other side of the ice, the frozen side. Don't do like that. If you don't have like that, both side a little bit melt. It's not completely melt. It's okay. If you are ice, and this side is also melt, and that side is also a little bit melt. That means that is the definition of faith. Mm. So this through example. Mm. That means whether you eat, you are eating, sleeping, walking, often 24/7 you cannot think Guru and Dharma, but frequently thinking on Dharma. And whenever you're thinking Dharma, or Dharma is a great thing, and with your like a faith, if you pour Dharma in container of your faith, belief, then your dharma is that means your faith is perfect and pure. And then example, example is like a special. Actually, it's like a diamond or some special jewel. Some jewel, if water is muddy inside of lots of dirt, earth, and then uh, I forgot that name. Actually, is a uh, kind of a crystal ball or something. Some there is some jewel put inside of that water. Then this water becomes pure. It says that I don't have experience. I mean, I never put the jewel in the water for make clean that water. So, in fact, when we have faith in our mind, we believe in Dharma. Our mind is already pure, not completely, but very pure. So that is another one, and then sixth one, and seventh is uh, uh, your faith cannot carry away by your afflictive emotions, negative emotions. That means sometimes you are believing in your guru and dharma very well. Sometimes you are mentally a little bit criticized towards your guru or dharma both. So if you don't have like that, anytime, whenever you think guru, your mind is positive towards guru. Whenever you are engaging dharma and your mind is positive, that means that you're trusting or your believing is very certain like that. Then that means that your how to say, that means your faith is very certain. So that's Gampopa gave us this profound path instruction. So in the future, uh, now we don't want to look back like yesterday, last year, and a few years ago. That's mistakes made by everybody. So for that reasons, since beginnerless, we made mistakes. So that's why we are in the samsara right now. But now uh, we are going to looking forward and thinking gurus, thinking dharmas, and then practicing. Uh, it does not mean you are going to reject samsara. You are going to reject your food and clothes. You can use them through dharma practice. So that's since from today we try to change our mind. You already have, I believe, you all possess this. What I shared today about the faith and the cause of a faith and the qualities of a faith and so forth. But I emphasize to you, and I try to improve your faith. Otherwise, you already have. So I believe you, and then continually maintain and to practice Dharma. And you, another thing I'm going to make clarify. Some Dharma practitioners think that, oh, I agree to you, Khenpo Tenzin, for example. I agree to you. Dharma practice is very important. So since I did not practice well until now, so since from today I'm going to practice very well, so I'm going to go to the mountainside, or I'm going to reject all of my things like my dog, my pets, my house, my clothes, my money. Don't. So today I love to share that. Don't do that. Mm. You suddenly you do different things. Is not diligence. It's not diligence. If you maintain, that is diligence. So, for example, I have been teaching this teaching series. Some of you continually, uh, I see, I see your face. Your face is continually. That means I appreciate, I rejoice that their diligence are really amazing, because nobody tells you you go to teach. Listen dharma. I know you all are busy. You all have lots of things to do. For me, you maybe think, oh, Khenpo Tenzin, you are very diligent teacher. You always teach here. No, I'm slightly different, to be honest. Center asked me to teach, and his name is Garjan Bojer often told me give teach, as I mentioned. Especially he said teach through online. This is very important. Teach online because this is the best dharma generosity. He told me. If people come from far away, they spend their first they dedicate their time, second they dedicate their money, third, and they have lots of facing problems. It's just not easy to come, and after come here, for example, still they have lots of they are going to practice six perfections. Otherwise, some weather is changing, and lots of things, the road and so forth. He often told me. So that's where teach online, and they are stay inside, and then they listen very comfortably. They were not missing their job, they were not lost their salaries. So that's where it's very important. That is the best dharma generous. He often uh, push me behind my from my back. So that's where you and I compare. You are the best, to be honest. But of course, I don't say no. Also, of course, I also then, it is Rinpoche told me to give teach, and the center asked me to teach. Since I have no interest in, not like that. Then, when I come here, I really try to teach sincerely, because there's no reason to cultivate negative karma through my teaching. If unknowingly something happened, that is my ignorance. Otherwise, knowingly, I don't want to cultivate negative karma through my teaching. So that's why we have great opportunities. It is really also kindness of all of your listeners. I really respect. Thank you so much for coming, joining these teachings, and especially we could teach whether my commentaries are good or not good is other side, but other thing. But the main teachings are these subject topics are really profound. It's really wonderful, and it's not so often we get these teachings. Who gave this Lord Jigten Sumgon song, and who gave complete this, for example, the essence of how to say this, the all the Buddha's teaching, single ground of all the Buddha's teaching, for example, something like that. We have been teaching. That is the kindness of His Eminence Garchen Rinpoche and the center ask, and you all of your cooperation work together. So that's why we could do these things. So, and then also, it says, I take refuge in the Father, the precious and kind King of Dharma, through the blessings of the Venerable Father Pamodrpa. The following oral instructions took root in my mind. So that's Lord Jigten Sumgon mentioned. He mentioned. So his root guru is Pamodrpa. Pamodrpa is Gampopa's student. Yeah. Uh, how he perceived. Lord Jigten Sumgon and Pamodrpa, who has more students? Lord Jigten Sumgon has more students than Pamodrpa. But Pamodrpa has more students than Gampopa. Gampopa, that's for surely can say Gampopa has more students than Jesu Malarepa. So this only who has, they are never pride, Well, I have many students, so I am great one. My root guru has no more students, so that's so. Pamodrpa kept, for example, the Marpa kept just few students. Number one, number one is Malarepa. So Malarepa also kept few students. Among them, best one is Gampopa. Gampopa kept a few students. Among them, the Pamodrpa. Best one is Pamodrpa. Others are best, and Pamodrpa is also best. And Pamodrpa kept few students. Actually, Pamodrpa has lots of students. Among them, number one is Lord Jigten Sumgon. So Lord Jigten Sumgon perceived Pamodrpa is the Lord of Dharma, King of Dharma, or Lord of Dharma. So then first he supplicated his guru, Dharma, may my teachings become correct, pure. During my teaching to my student, at that moment, in my mind, no any outwardly concerns occur. So he supplicated. And then he says, son is his student. So Lord, the Jigten Sumgon's student. So he sang this song to his student. He said, son, seems one sangha. He teach to one sangha, yeah, this. While your non-objectifying compassion is still unstable, practice aspirational diligence, but do not be this is quite difficult, over ambitious about benefiting others. You should be at risk of running after results for which there are no costs. So these path instruction, he emphasized on the compassion. If we are going to benefit other beings, as I mentioned, only we have many students, or if we have many money, or we have some power, so that's where I'm going to benefit other beings. No, we are going to benefit others through compassion. Our samsaric beings need compassion, right? For example, some students have more money than their guru. So that means they need compassion. They need compassion. Means only Guru takes care of them by the compassion. It's just not enough. So helps to students arise their compassion from bottom of their heart. In fact, we try to make them enlightenment, or we try to let them become, we support them to become Buddha. So that's why is to become Buddha, number one is compassion. Without compassion, no one can become Buddha. Yeah. So then, for that reasons, we are going to emphasize on the diligence. Diligence means we are going to cultivate merit. So merit is very important. Merit is a power of karma, good power, positive power. Some people have power to cultivate negative karma. Some people has power to cultivate positive karma. His example is Buddha and his cousin brother. Buddha's cousin brother had power to cultivate negative karma, and what to say? And Buddha has power to cultivate compassion or positive karma. So that's why uh, we say, "Oh, I'm going to benefit other beings." Then, without cultivate compassion from one side, we cannot benefit. Compassion and love is very important. When when we will become teacher, spiritual masters, for example, at that turn, how should we perceive towards our students? Oh, these students are uneducated in Dharma. They don't have Dharma experience. They don't know Dharma well, how to practice. If we think that and then teach through this way, that is a huge mistake. Huge mistakes. So through the love, my students are uh, like my very love child. Very is like my child who I gave birth. We should feel like that. We should take care of our students as our children. That's very important, especially spiritual children. Mm. And then this is our love. And then compassion means even in the night, in the dream, we try to dream that I helped my students. I'm helping my student to remove some problems. For example, their disease or their obstacles and so forth. So that is a compassion. And then wisdom means then teach and tell them often, please you do that. This is the right path. That is the wrong path. And then teach again and again. So this is a degenerated time. Sometimes students could wake up in the Dharma. Sometimes they cannot, but still make emphasize and so explain in, for example, explain on the compassion like this way, that way, this way. So in the different way, try to explain and then give teach. So that's if we do like that, and then if we have only one student, or we have hundred students, or we have thousands of students, then we can benefit. So you all actually need to keep one hope that you are going to become spiritual teacher. spiritual masters. That is very important. If you keep that in your mind and then you practice Dharma, it, how to say, it's improve your Dharma very quickly. Your Dharma understanding is become very well. Sometimes you think, oh, I will not become Dharma teacher, and then I don't want to know so much things. That is actually slightly misunderstanding. I mean, for example, Kunchen Lungchen Ramjam. Kunchen Lungchen Ramjam, he called that his teaching often Garchen Rinpoche called that he said, he says, if we realize the natural state of mind, in fact, if we realize the natural state of mind, there is no more thing to learn higher than that, something like that, yeah. But if we researched about his life story, if you read Lungchenpa's life story, he lived only 50 some years, 58 or 52 something. But he, one story, his biography, it says he wrote 250 more Dharma books. He studied everything. So that's why, for that reason, right now, Longchenpa only stay in this world 50 some years. But his teaching is flourish like an ocean. So that's why you are going to teach. It does not always mean, oh, if I am going to teach, then I am going to become monk or nun first. Yeah, that's wonderful. And then teach. But if other hand, yeah, if I become spiritual master first, I'm going to become monk or nuns, and then I need to teach to students. Not like that. It is one way. Of course, it's a wonderful path, but teach means sometimes you can teach in person. Sometimes you write. You write in books like this small book or big or different book, and then at that moment the book is famous or not sure. It doesn't matter. After a few decades later, after we passed away, then these books become great teachers. For instance, when Gampopa was there, the jewel ornament, the garland of this, his teachings are not well known because he is very well known. So his Dharma books are not famous, wasn't famous. Likewise, Lord Jigten Sumgon, Buddha's single intention, when he was there, this book is not famous. Even the first time these books are not exist, he gave teach in different locations in different times, but then eventually, then it became book. Right now, the teaching is Ndogong Kaju's soul or pillar of Ndogong Kaju's temple, something like that. So in different ways we can teach. In different ways we can benefit other beings. So that's here in this sentence, son, while your non-objectifying compassion is still unstable, practice aspirational diligence, but do not be over ambitious about benefiting others. You would be at risk of running after results for which there are no costs. So that is that means how should we understand here is, oh, it seems it's not time to give teaching. It's not time to talk about Dharma. This is misunderstand. Dharma. This means to benefit others, to teach others. You are going to cultivate compassion greatly. So that's meaning is this. Okay. Then until you have reached the state of Vajradhara, have your disciples meditate only on the past masters, not on yourself. you would be at risk of compounding their confusion with even more serious confusions. So this means that it says one become Vajradhara, for example. Until you have reached the state of Vajradhara, means you are going to understand the natural state of mind. We become Vajradhara means we just hold a bell and a Vajra in the hand. No, not. This is the outer symbolic or symbols. Internally, Vajradhara means we are going to recognize natural state of mind. So all the rivers are eventually gathering together in the ocean. Likewise, all of these Dharma teachings include eventually we for become enlightened. Becoming enlightened. To become enlightened means first we are going to recognize the natural state of mind. So if suddenly I say, "Oh, this is my picture," you visualize. This is my photo, so you visualize this. If for example I say that, then first I'm going to judge myself. Do I recognize my natural state of mind or not? If not, then it's too early to ask them to visualize me or meditate on me. And then of course students they through their faith, devotion, and the pure perception, they visualize their guru, their spiritual masters. That is wonderful. It's not say don't do that. Some it depends, especially in the new area, Dharma new area. It's better to not say. I just tell you one thing. In Tibet, if that's where I think I have this habit. And then Garchi Rinpoche also same. Garchi Rinpoche and many spiritual masters, including me, when we give teach, often we called from like a Gampopa, Marpa, Milarepa, and something like that. But in the new area, Dharma new area, the Dharma flourish in newly, that area, if I say some directly or I quote some master's teaching, probably your feeling is different. For example, if I say some Garchi Rinpoche's root gurus teaching share with you, or Garchi Rinpoche's teaching share Garchi Rinpoche says something like that, I share with that, definitely your feeling is very close with Garchi Rinpoche, yeah? So it more effect in your mind. So that's why in new the flourishing Dharma newly flourishing in some areas. At that area, students, if they visualize their spiritual masters and their gurus, at that time we don't want to say don't do this. That is no virtue. But in Tibet, the Dharma flourished long time. It's over 1,000 years. So that's where some masters they particularly say don't. They always try to be humble. So I don't know nothing. I'm not a good practitioners. So that's why you don't visualize me. You visualize only like Buddha and other masters or something like that. Yeah. So in fact, still here, we don't say you visualize me. If I say you visualize me, that means for what? First, I should ask by myself. Oh, for become popular and then slap on my cheek by myself. No, you are become crazy. And if I say you visualize me and for what? To be honest, with it's like a wetness or the with a judge. That's the honorable judge. That is karma. Law. That's karma. Oh, my students really wanted to visualize me, and then rejoice, not pride. But anyhow, it says that emphasize we try to recognize our natural state of mind. So to recognize the natural state of mind, we don't want to reject our practices, listening dharmas, and participating in other different teachings and practices. They are remove some obscurations on our body, so we don't need to stop them. So, but mainly we try to recognize our natural state of mind. That is very, very important, and try to watch the mind, try to look at our mind. Look at our mind, and oh, I am very poor, I have no money, I have no friend, I have no power, and I have this problem, that problem. This thinking is unhygienic phenomena, thinking or perception. So look at our mind means when normally normally you can practice impermanence or develop your faith or bodhicitta and compassion and supplicate your guru. Whatever you do, it's okay. You don't want to stop to do this. And some thoughts occurs in your mind, like an uncomfortable thought. I am the very sadness person in this world. If you have that feeling, and then you start to watch that emotion. Watch that emotion, and the first you can watch, but you cannot maintain. And then you watch again and again until it disappear. One day, one time it disappear. That means your attention becomes very certain. And then sometimes you are angry, some reasons at that time, then you watch it on this emotion. Sometimes you feel jealousy at that time, you watch on it. So that's where eventually everything becomes emptiness, empty. There's nothing because everything is emptiness. Yeah. Mhm. Then next, until unbounded compassion arises, you will have a misguided attitude about this life. Do not employ it when practicing the oral instructions on the channels and winds. You would be at risk of surrounding yourself with your own executioners. Execution executioners. Oh, thank you. Chemi tukji majitse tendelo lobu lodi che tsalung gadanga magon che rashi rangi kuni dao. Okay, so actually this until unbounded compassion arise, immeasurable compassion. So meaning is immeasurable compassion. So if you don't have immeasurable compassion, immeasurable bodhicitta, and then you practice like channels and winds to become fame or to have many students pay attention to you. Then that's where Lord Jigten Sumgon said, if you do that, that means you would be at risk of surrounding yourself with your own executioners. So that's practice channel and winds are very important. Before practice it publicly, it's better to practice on oneself. Close the door, close the window, and then exercise. It's very important in the future if a student want to know at that time you need to share experientially. Experientially means it does not mean only I have this and no other things. Experientially means you really feel it, with feeling. So that's why it's practicing is very important, but practice it correctly. Of course, we can practice yoga, qigong. These things are. It doesn't talking about these things. It talks about like six yoga of Naropas or this yoga of this. Yeah, there are. So, if some masters or the openly give teach, share, we don't want to criticize. Who knows? We cannot judge their realization. So we can judge only ourselves. So in fact, it does not completely block to give give path instruction of channels and wind and so forth. Then it emphasizes to promote or develop or progressive immeasurable compassion or bodhicitta. Otherwise, many people have interesting, and then one has nothing compassion and bodhicitta, and only then we lead about these things it becomes outwardly conscious or not. That's one knows oneself. Yeah, so that's where it should be very careful. I'm not talking about that. Uh, it's logic. Explain this Lord Jigten Sumgon's path instruction. So then next is until dualistic conceptions have been overcome. Do not waste your breath saying, I don't exist. Lamas who deceive people with worldly dharma will be at risk of coming to serve as that firewood that fools, Fuels, fools, the fires in the incessant pan hill. Incessant. Incessant. Thank you. Pan hill. It says, "Ninjin je topa mana ngami je kata ma je mechula mzumbo je narme je pishin rin." Wow. No self is also there's no self. Oh, there's no self. So then listen carefully. So no karma cause and effect. If we think like this, then we become firewood in the hell. The fire in the hell's fire. In fact, this English is quite tough. So I use my own English. So we become firewood in the hell. So non-duality or selflessness, we really feel it. We should at least we feel through the analytical meditation, Where is I? At least one or two times, at least. Oh, where is I? We investigate from head to the feet. And we investigate with our fingers, skin, flesh, bone, and blood, and then in the inner organisms, we investigate with our ears, nails, and then, oh, there's no eye. At least, oh, I cannot find, there's no eye. That is at least we should experience at least one time. And then later, better one is self is not exist. There is no self. We should understand it experientially. We really feel it, you know. Uh, uh, and then if we say there's no I, then it's okay. Otherwise, only we say there's no I, so that's where we can do anything. Then we become firewood in the hell realm. So that's Lord Jigten Sumgon says. So this is the lamas who deceive people with worldly dharma. So uh, there is a that means we are going to emphasize on the selflessness. It does not mean we don't focus on the selflessness. We should focus, but there's no self. Sometimes we have a physical issue, a mental issue, family issue, environment issue, the issue of this large universe. Recently, there are lots of problems. At that time, we are going to meditate. There's no self decisively. If you do decisively, it has power. Right now, for example, monastics, they practice something, it has power. Usually it says it has power. Why? Because the commitment, the vow. Vow is very important. We all have vow. What this refuge vow start from refuge vow. So vow are very, very important. If we have a vow and we do something, its result is a huge difference. So that's where Buddha says, among my students, my best students are full ordained monastics. Buddha actually ever said that. But it does not mean Buddha prejudice against or discriminate among his students. He explained the quality of their vows. Because the example is you say, you decisively, even you feel with the decision is your view, you know, with feel is experience. Combined with together, there's no I. If you are headache strongly, there's no head. Experientially feel it, at least at that moment, your headache reduce. So that's where this commitment has this power. Likewise, we confess non-virtues, cultivate merit, both ways. If you have a vow, if you cultivate the virtues, it's like in the summer meadow on the ground, in the summer on the ground, every flowers, green grass, is medicine plants, everything grow there. Likewise, everything, this all the qualities spontaneously arise from there. So nowadays, it's many. It's sometimes everything is some changed. I don't know that kind of. Otherwise, the vows are very important, and we should understand that. And then Buddha said, if my among my students who have vow, even they broken the vow, whatever, how they are worse, at least after they died, their corpse or soul can benefit other beings. Something like that. So it does not mean all who hold vows are the great one, and who did not hold vows are not important. So vows we all possess, yeah. So your refugee vow is very important. Keep very well. Your Vajrayana vow is very well, very important. And then, how to say, the if you would like to be monk and nuns, you prepare right now. You prepare, and then one day we all have these golden opportunities. Nowadays, I heard many Tibetans they become monks and nuns in after 50, after 60, after 90. My grandmother become nun in 80, in 80 years. So that's why uh, uh, we have this opportunity. And the main thing is vow. We should understand the quality of vow. And then vow means promise. So promise has that power. Promise can prevent negative things. I think, fortunately, I don't have this habit since I was childhood. The kindness of my father. He told us I have brothers. Same. He said he little bit forcefully he make that rules to us. If you steal any other people's things, I cut your fingers. He told us. And he said, if you take cigarette, that means you need lots of smoke. So I will put you up in the pillar on the pillar and make a big fire and put there many junipers. So that means you need smoke. Number two. So for that reason, since I was, and then he says, if you drink alcohol, if you drink alcohol, I put you into the. Actually, I know the chang Tibetan chang. I know how to Tibetans make it. They put in in big container the barley first toast and then boiled and put there and covered with many cloths. So he said, that means I put you in the chang in container. So that means you want it. So that is a great path instruction. So since I was a childhood, I don't have interesting to steal other things and to cigarette. I never used cigarette and I never wasn't alcoholic. I never drank. Of course, they joined the a little bit they gave us. So uh, I forgot what to try to say. Anyhow, so in fact, right now, I never, I think, oh, this is a vacation. I enjoy, so I'm going to drink alcohol or using cigarette or something. Never thought that. In the root of my mind, almost never arise that things. So it does not mean I'm a great practitioner, but it's kindness of the vow, power of the vow, I mean. Vow has a very power. It prevents many negative things. It's spontaneously, something like that, yeah? Then what it says, until the thoughts of this life have been crippled, do not retire to the mountain retreat for the purpose of selfish enrichment. The strength of the poisonous affliction emotions would intense, intensify and you would be at risk of falling into the miserable realms. So main thing is we are going to purify the thoughts. So that's why this is a very wonderful thing. We always, that I also sometimes have this thing. Oh, practice means I'm going to the mountain. Always we think I'm going to the mountain. So, but how to go to mountain? This Lord Jigten Sumgon mentioned. If you go to the mountain for few years or 1 year, 2 year, and then after come back, and then many write down, I went to the mountain and post in the Facebook or anywhere, And then the students, wow, went to the mountain. For that, or I am little afraid of samsara, as Malarepa did. I'm afraid of death. So I went to the mountain. And then what did you practice? Oh, I practiced impermanence. Then what did you get there? I get birthless and deathless. That means one spontaneously became genius. All phenomena neither come nor go, and birthless and deathless, same thing. Internally, that means then you are on the natural state of mind. And then, or deathless, if your body put in the channel ground or put on the fire, it's not your body. We should feel like that. We can feel that or not. If right now I'm headache, if we cannot practice patience with that, when we die and they put on the fire in Tibet, they give to the birds. And that is very scary, you know. Our consciousness sees it. Oh, they feed my body to the birds. Oh, even right now, there's a small pinched by throne is unbelievable, you know. So that's where best mountain is meditation, mindfulness. Always practice mindfulness, and then some case, if we went to the mountain, that will be good. Otherwise, if we only went to the mountain, and then we lost our property, or lost our car and all the friends. It's possible. That's why Lord Jigten Sumgon said this last sentence. You would be at risk of falling into, falling, F-A-L-L, into the miserable realms. Okay? Wow, this next. Until appearances and the mind are mixed into one, meditation should be your primary activity. Do not engage in various and sundry things. This would put both self and others at risk of a downfall. Until appearances and the mind are mixed into one. It's beautiful, yeah? This is pretty simple English, I understood. So, it's in the 37 practices of Bodhisattva's way of life, it says that all appearances are one's own mind. So we are going to understand that. If we don't understand that, first let me say a positive part. If we understand that all appearances are my own mind, and then everything, even ghosts come to us, that is my mind, deluded mind, deluded perception. So I can cut it. I'm going to chop by the hone and the peg or whatever. We do that. At that time, we can freed from ghost, and we can freed from that perception. Otherwise, we are try to say home pay and wearing different clothes, and then we try to conquer the maras with big kila, big vajra, and then it's become very bizarre and doing something. Then what happened is oneself, it's Lord Jigten, this would put both self and others at risk of downfall. So that's where this many people, Vajrayana practitioners, they try to do some funny things. Sorry to say that, but during the COVID, somebody say, "Oh, I'm going to kill COVID," and they say Hong Pei using Dhamma. After 2 or 3 days, they passed away by the COVID. It's really happened in the videos. We are. I'm sorry to say that, but that is really not. It's not time. That's where self and others risk of downfall. So maintains bodhicitta, compassion, and then it is time. Sometimes the time comes. That time, when that time comes, that means the appearances and mind mixed into one. At that time, can conquer other things, like a Guru Rinpoche and others, some Mahasiddhas, they conquered some ghost. For example, Buddha also conquered some Maras. So this time comes, they conquer very well. The other is then it normally if we try to conquer Maras, is like we fighting with people to people. Then both, if we kill others, is not good. Kill ourselves is of course not good. So that's where uh, it says there are very important thing. Whereas in English it says, "Do not engage various certain things." This seems anti-appearance makes meditate should be your primary activity. I think that. So the literally it says "Tsawa gomba mato," but that means you are going to practice the root of Dharma. So what is that? Bodhicitta. Practice bodhicitta and try to recognize that all of appearances and your mind are one. So that is the root meditation or practice. Okay? I have not told these order instructions to other people. Push yourself to practice them once you are free of the ruse, I think, R-U-S-E, ruse of the afflictive three poisons. Then your prayers to definitely eliminate the obscurations will quickly come to fruitions. How wonderful! This great vanquisher of hindrances was written by Lord Jigten Sumgon. Okay, I will explain last part. The yin la depa malad. I have not taught these oral instructions to other people. So he shared his sangha at that time. Actually, this part I'm not talking to other. You do that and this. Lord Jigten Sumgon taught this himself. He said that I have not taught this oral instruction to other people. Push yourself into practice them. So oneself. Sometimes once you are free from us, okay. So Lord Jigten Sumgon said he did not say that other people. I said myself. So I little bit briefly mentioned at the beginning of this teaching. We should become teacher, spiritual master. So before to become others' teacher, spiritual master, we should become ourselves teacher. So that is I love to share today. Today, I think it's pretty okay. To be honest, when I was study Dharma first time, I did not have this motivation. So that is my mistake. To be honest, at that time, I did not have even I don't remember. I think I'm going to a spiritual master. And anyhow, it is very necessary. I think very necessary. We should think we are going to become spiritual master. But recently, sometimes I thought that I should become my own teacher first. It's very, very important. Then, if I teach very well myself, that means I lead my mind very well through mindfulness and through these meditations practices. Then I can benefit all the Dharma listeners. So that's very important. But also the quality of spiritual masters, it says that one should liberate from one's thought by one's realization. And then one should liberate other beings through one's compassion. It's very important. So the Dharma teacher need many qualities. Among them, very two important two things is realization and compassion. Bodhicitta and compassion. So, if I repeat, one should liberate from one's thoughts by one's realization, and then one liberate other beings through one's compassion. We should become like the sun or like a candlelight. Candlelight has no darkness. For that reason, the candlelight can remove the darkness in the house. Right? Likewise, the sun does not have darkness, so that way it removes outer darkness. So that's why Dharma teachers need these two qualities. So we should prepare. When we preparing to become spiritual master, we are going to prepare. We are going to improve these two things: realization and compassion and loving kindness or love. So if we have these two qualities are base, and then we are going to focus more these other teachings. Because people ask different teachings, at that time we have to explain clearly. It's very important. So that's and then the time is up. And again, thank you so much, all of you, for participating and often and continually. So then during this teaching, as for sure, I made many mistakes. So I confess in front of 3 times and 10 generations of Buddhas and all the Yidam deities from Pure Lands and all the Dakinis and Dakas and Dakinis. And then I confess in front of all of your these listeners. And please recite Vajrasattva one time. Okay. Om Bezaza do Samaya Manabalaya Bezaza do Tinoba Titanda do Membawa Sudogayo Membawa Subejayo Membawa Anora do Membawa Sarvaza de Membrayaza Sarva Karma Suzame Zidan Shia Guru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bangave Sarva Dadanga Dam Beza Mame Menzam Beza Bawa Mahasamaya Sado Janjo Zenjo Rainbow che ma che ba no je che je ba nyam ba me ba ya gong ne gong de be wa jo.
We thank everyone for joining us for this session. Just a reminder, or maybe not a reminder so much as letting you know that we are going to be hosting an in-person event. So the next Sunday program will be October 19th. We look forward to seeing you then for the continuation of Khenpo's teachings. And now for those of you who would like to attend the Dharma discussion, if you're on the Zoom room, please just stay there. If you're on YouTube, you'll need to get out of this event and then get into the Dharma discussion for today. We'll be back in just a moment.